Afternoon and welcome to our talk on how I reversed my hypothyroidism. And to talk about this, we have two presenters today, Vandana Tiwari and Shalu Nijavan. A little bit about Sharan for all those who are new. Sharan stands for Sanctuary for Health and Reconnection to Animals and Nature. Our founder is Dr. Nandita Shah, and this organization was started and founded 15 years ago. So, our mission at Sharan is to empower all of you to reach your highest health potential with long term lifestyle changes. We help people gain health and reverse lifestyle disorders by nutrition and holistic health programs. My name is Neepa Mangat, and I will be your host for this afternoon. I am a facilitator with the Mumbai Sharan team. My vegan journey began about 4.5 years ago when I saw how cruel the dairy industry is to the cows. And that's when I turned vegan. But my whole food plant based journey started when I joined Sharan in 2020, January 2020. And since I changed my lifestyle and I moved to a whole food plant based lifestyle, I have seen tremendous health benefits. I have lost the excess weight that I wanted to. My energy levels are high. My frequent allergies and colds have vanished. These are just a few of the benefits. And now my children are also seeing multiple benefits by following the same diet. So let's talk about hypothyroidism. What is hypothyroidism and how many of you out here who are with us today have hypothyroidism or know of somebody in your family who has hypothyroidism? If you can please put up in the chat. Okay. Lena says her husband. Yes. Anyone else that has hypothyroidism or has somebody in the Sushma's daughter? Yes. So we all have someone or the other who we know who has hypothyroidism. And how many are taking medication for that? Can you also please put it up in the chat? Is anyone on medication here? Yes, all of them. Somebody says all. Yes, yes. Everyone's taking medicine. So this is what we know about hypothyroidism, that once we see it, it's detected, we go to the doctor and the doctor puts us on medicine. And what he says is, now this is going to be a lifetime medicine that you have to take to control your thyroidism. And no one really knows whether it is reversible or curable. But to know all this, we have with us today Vandana and Shalu. So Vandana Tiwari, she is a facilitator with Sharan, and she has been able to reverse her hypothyroidism, which she had for 17 years. She took medicine for 17 years and she was able to reverse it uh, by just following the whole food plant based journey. And she will be talking to us much more. She even lost excess weight, and looking at her benefits, even her family now follows the same lifestyle and they have all seen tremendous benefits. Vandana was so inspired by the one oil free cooking class she did with Sharan that she got more and more interested and intrigued about cooking this way. And now she is a great chef with Sharan, and she takes cooking classes and she does health programs, and she has seen tremendous benefits. So she will be talking about herself in a while. But before we bring her on, let us all know what is it that causes this thyroidism? What are the causes? What are the symptoms? And how we can do something about it to cure it. So we have with us our nutritionist, Shalu Nijavan, and she is a certified holistic nutritionist. She also is a mother of two. Her husband suffered from a very painful autoimmune disorder called ankylosing spondylitis for many, many years. He developed diabetes and hypertension, all this at the young age of 31 due to the excess medicine that he was having, medications. Shalu was desperate to change the situation, to get her husband into better health. And that's when she came across the whole food plant based lifestyle. And once she and her husband adopted this lifestyle, they have seen tremendous changes. Her husband has recovered, is not on any medication anymore. And that's which gave birth to Shalu's passion for holistic living and working with animals and the environment. She now is working as a nutrition consultant with Sharan, and is an active animal and bird rescuer in Bangalore. Today, she's going to tell us about what are the causes and what are the symptoms and what we can do. So, I would now like to call upon Shalu.
Thank you so much, Nipa, for the introduction. And I welcome all the participants today to this talk, which is so important because now thyroid is something uh, which has become very common. Especially hypothyroidism is something which has become very common, and everybody, like Nipa said, knows somebody who has this issue. So it's high time that we discuss about it and we try to find an alternative to the medicines which are given to us by doctors, because nobody has ever cured their hypothyroidism with the medicines that they take lifelong, right? They just try to control it. So I'll just start my screen share. So let's quickly have a look at our thyroid gland. So the thyroid gland is a very important gland which creates certain hormones, and these hormones are responsible for controlling various functions in our body, the way our body operates. Okay, so there are multiple hormones that are created by the thyroid, but today we are going to just focus on T3 and T4, which are basically responsible for hypothyroidism. So there are a lot of different kinds of diseases related to the thyroid gland, but our focus today will be only on hypothyroidism. And T3 and T4 are the most important hormones created by the thyroid gland. There's also something called calcitonin, which is created. Now, T3 and T4 are responsible for maintaining a good metabolism in the body, and they are also responsible for our heart function, for the digestion, for brain development, the nervous system, our bone health, muscle contractions, whereas calcitonin is something which is responsible for the kidney clearance or the parathyroid hormone production, and also for our bone health. So what happens when the balance of these hormones is not proper, when the thyroid gland is not able to create the right amount of hormones in our body? Then we start having issues like hypothyroid or hyperthyroid. These are the more common ones. There are other which are the more complicated ones, and they are comparatively less common, but we'll focus on this for today. So when the thyroid gland is underactive, then we have hypothyroid, meaning to say that when the thyroid gland doesn't produce enough of the thyroid stimulating hormone, that is TSH, which is responsible for creating T3 and T4. So when that happens, we have hypothyroidism, and the symptoms are hair loss, fatigue, sensitivity to cold, constipation, increased cholesterol, weight gain, dry skin, amongst other symptoms. And when the thyroid gland becomes overactive, then we have hyperthyroidism, when more TSH is produced, more than what is required by the body. So the symptoms are fine brittle hair, trouble sleeping, excessive sweating, weight loss, high blood pressure, anxiety, and moist skin. So hypothyroid is something which is more common, and it's really sad that approximately 1 in 10 Indian adults suffer from hypothyroidism, and it is very difficult to diagnose without proper testing, because the symptoms of hypothyroidism are very non-specific, like trouble in sleeping or tiredness, fatigue, difficulty concentrating, dry skin and hair, depression, sensitivity to cold, frequent heavy periods. These symptoms, you cannot just know the symptoms and say that it is hypothyroidism. You have to do a test to find out. So many times it goes undiagnosed also, and this condition is twice in women than in men. Okay, so what is the solution to this problem? Generally we get a TFT done and we see the blood reports, and we go to see a doctor who tells us that you have to take medicines lifelong. And these, what are these medicines? Most of the times it is thyroxine, because our body can't produce enough of it. So then we are given pills of thyroxine so that it can compensate for the less amount of thyroxine produced by the thyroid gland. Okay, so what these pills do is that they address the they address the symptoms of the disease, and they are not actually addressing the cause of the disease. And these medicines, even though they manage the symptoms somehow, they are not a permanent long term solution because they come with a lot of side effects. So if you just Google about the side effects of thyroxine tablets, and you will see a number of side effects, and many people experience these side effects. They want to get rid of the medicines, but they don't know what else can be done, because everybody who has thyroid is taking the medicines every day. So it kind of becomes a part of life, and you learn how to live with these side effects. But that shouldn't be the case. We shouldn't be looking at the symptoms only. We should be looking at the cause. In order to solve a problem, we must try to find the cause first and then eliminate the cause. Okay, so let's look at what are the causes of hypothyroidism. So, the most important thing which affects the hormonal balance in our body is when we take external hormones, like when we are consuming any animal products like meat or especially dairy, which is very, very high in hormones. Animal hormones, these hormones which don't belong to our body, but they are the hormones of another animal. So, when we consume these products, our own body's hormonal balance, for which our body is trying so hard to maintain that hormonal balance, is disturbed. And when that is disturbed, there's a hormonal havoc which is created, because of which we have all kinds of hormonal issues like hypothyroidism, like PCOD, and even type 2 diabetes. So it's important to eliminate any external hormones entering our body. The best way to do that is to stay away from animal products and dairy products. Okay. Then inorganic plant foods, like people do all kinds of things to fruits, vegetables, in order to make them grow faster and in order to make them look more beautiful and flawless, absolutely flawless. So there might be some kind of a hormonal interference done with plants also. So that is why it's important that we stay away from inorganic produce and use only organic fruits and vegetables. Also, if you're taking hormonal medications for any other uh, health issue that you have, then also you might get hypothyroidism because of the hormonal medications. So take medications only when absolutely necessary. Now, this doesn't mean that we have to stop our thyroid medicine immediately and start doing something else. No, we have to take our thyroid medicines regularly, because if you don't take your medicine, then it can be very, very dangerous. So, without a doctor's advice, without proper medical advice, we cannot stop taking our thyroid medicine. But what we can do is follow the right lifestyle, eat the right kind of food, put the right fuel in our body, and then keep checking our blood reports, getting a blood test done every 6 months and seeing the levels, seeing the TFT reports. Then you consult a doctor and take his advice on how to gradually reduce the medicine. Never ever do it yourself. Okay, it can be very dangerous. Then chemicals. Now, we definitely need to stay away from chemicals for a variety of reasons, and the most important reason being that chemicals are hormone disruptors. Since hypothyroidism is completely a hormonal disease, it's really important to remove all unnecessary chemicals from our system. Now, when it comes to medications, if we are taking unnecessarily, then unnecessary chemical exposure is there. When it comes to personal care products, we feel that they are absolutely harmless because they are such an important part of our daily lives. But things like hair dyes, deodorants, toothpaste, hand sanitizers, soaps, perfumes, makeup, etc., these are all full of a variety of chemicals. So we must gradually move to either something which is herbal or natural, or even better if you can make at home. And Vandana later is going to explain how she did this and what were the steps she took in order to reduce her chemical exposure. Home care products like air fresheners, detergents, pest control, phenyls, inorganic fruits and vegetables, and other ready made food products. Now, inorganic fruits and vegetables also have pesticides and fertilizers, and they might also be genetically modified. So, it's best to go for organic fruits and vegetables always. And when you look at ready made, packaged, processed food items, then they are so full of artificial taste enhancers, artificial colors. They also have a lot of preservatives, which are nothing but chemicals, right? So we need to stay away from them and have fresh homemade food as far as possible. Also, plastics have to be avoided because plastics also release chemicals which leach into our food. Artificial sweeteners, which also have a lot of chemicals in them. So reduce your chemical exposure. Always choose natural. Always um, take in all the good things that Mother Nature has given us instead of going for something artificially created in a lab. Okay. Dairy, I would really like to emphasize on this. I've already said we need to stay away from animal products because of hormones. But now sometimes we underestimate the harm that dairy can do. Dairy is full of hormones of cows and buffaloes. Out of the 12 months of a year, 9 months a cow is kept pregnant. It's like clockwork. The cow is kept pregnant for 9 months, and during those 9 months she's being milked also. We are extracting her milk. Now, like humans and like any other animal, whenever a cow is pregnant, the amount of hormones in her body is a lot, is much more than normal, and all these hormones are leaching into the milk, and then we are drinking the milk or using it in certain products and taking in all those external hormones into our body. And like when a woman is pregnant or she's lactating, she's breastfeeding her baby, she's told to be very careful about what she's eating, because whatever she eats goes into the milk and then reaches the baby and it can harm the baby. So she's to be very, very careful. But what happens to cows? They are being fed with cow feed, which is full of pesticides, which is not organic, which is full of PCBs or urea. It's full of antibiotics because of the horrible conditions in which cows are kept. They have to be given antibiotics, otherwise there will be diseases, there will be injuries. And then if all this was not enough, we adulterate the milk also. It comes in news so many times that milk is being adulterated. So this dairy is something which amounts for a major portion of the chemical intake in our daily lives. Okay, so that is something. If you have hypothyroidism, even a single drop of milk should not enter your body, or any dairy product for that matter. Lack of vitamin D. Now, since vitamin D is also a hormone, if we lack vitamin D, it can result in other hormonal issues also, because the hormonal balance in the body is disturbed. So, even lack of vitamin D could contribute to hypothyroidism. And lack of fiber. Now, fiber is so important. Fiber holds on to the fat and pushes it out of the system. Fiber cleans our body from inside, it removes all the toxins we have taken in. So, it's really important to have fiber rich food. That means whole foods. Excess fat. When you have excess fat in your body, the fat disrupts the proper functioning of the hormones in the body. So it's really important, apart from other benefits of removing the excess fat in your body, it's really important for hypothyroidism also. And stress. Now, stress is something which we never give much importance to this factor, but it really, really contributes in a major way to causing hypothyroidism. Because when you have stress in your body, then the signals which the body is passing amongst its organs or amongst the glands, the signals are disrupted. When the signaling is not proper, the glands will not know how much hormones to produce, and then you have issues like hypothyroidism. Okay, so try and eliminate stress as far as possible. These were the causes of hypothyroidism. And now we have to try and understand how to eliminate the root cause, how to remove the underlying cause and look for a permanent long term solution to hypothyroidism. Because we know that the medicines can control the symptoms, but they cannot remove the cause. They cannot be a long term solution, right? So, what would be the long term solution? How can you heal yourself of hypothyroidism? You can do it with the help of nutrition and lifestyle. You have to take care of both these aspects. Only then will you be able to heal yourself fully and quickly. So, what comes under nutrition? Now, for nutrition, Sharan has a 5-point plan which says that you have everything which is plant based, whole, organic, and then you have to take care of your B12 and vitamin D. Okay, so what is plant based? We all know plant based is everything which comes from plants and nothing which comes from animals. That means meat is out, eggs are out, dairy products are out. Okay, we'll eat everything which is coming from plants. Whole foods are everything in their natural form without any processing, without any kind of interference with its natural form, no removing of skin, no peeling of fruits and vegetables, and no processing. Okay, what is organic? Organic is everything which is grown in the natural way, the way Mother Nature designed it to grow, without adding any poison, any toxins, any chemicals, no pesticides, no fertilizers to the soil. When food is grown organically, it's most nutrient dense. And what are nutrients? Nutrients are the spare parts of healing. So the more nutrient dense food you eat, the faster and the better you will heal. Okay, so always have organic foods. And then vitamin B12 and vitamin D are two vitamins which our body can't get enough through food. And you know, it's really important to keep a check on our levels. It's important that we get our B12 and D levels checked every year, once every year, and if necessary, we have to supplement. And it's always a good idea to have a maintenance supplementation throughout your life so that you're never low on your B12 and D, because they are really, really important. Okay. So you can find more information about B12 and vitamin D on our website. And this is the 5-point plan. If you just keep this in mind and you follow these guidelines to choose the right kind of food, you'll never go wrong and you'll always be on your way towards optimum health. Okay, so this is nutrition. Now let's look at lifestyle management. There are three important things in lifestyle management, especially in terms of hypothyroidism: sleep management, stress management, and exercise. So, how do we get proper sleep? What can we do so that we get a good quality sleep? We can stop eating 2 hours before sleeping. That really helps, because that puts your digestive system, your entire system to rest, and your body starts going into rest mode. You get proper sleep. Okay, get sun exposure daily. When you get sun exposure daily, not only are you increasing your vitamin D levels, but you're also increasing your melatonin levels. And melatonin is something which is highly responsible for your sleep, for the quality of sleep. Okay, no caffeine or alcohol, because it really disrupts our sleep. No electronics in the room. Start to unwind mentally few hours before bed. So even not just with your food, but even with your mind, don't keep working till the end of the day till you go to bed. Just start winding up 2-3 hours before, so that your whole system is going to rest mode, and the moment you lie down on bed, you get proper sleep. Keep room temperature comfortable, and the room should be pitch dark. So you can just take care of these couple of points, and you'll get very good sleep. Now, when it comes to stress management, there's no one recipe which works for all. We all have to choose amongst all these things. We have to see what appeals to us the most, what makes us happy, and we have to choose that. It can be music, it can be organizing stuff, it can be exercising, it can be some kind of therapy, it could be following a hobby or meditation, yoga, going for a walk in nature. It could be anything. Just find out what is it that makes you happy and just do it. So this is something which each person has to figure out for himself or herself, how to manage their stress. And exercise, which is the best form of exercise. The best form of exercise is something which you enjoy doing, so that exercising doesn't become like a punishment that you have to do it for 1 hour every day. It should be like you wake up in the morning and you're looking forward to the time when you're going to exercise, because that is the time when you're going to focus on yourself, when you're going to spend that time just with yourself. And that should be like the best part of the day. Okay, so any form of exercise which you enjoy, which makes you happy, is the best form of exercise for you. Okay, so we just take care of our stress, sleep, and exercise. And for this, we also should be practicing affirmations, especially to relieve stress. It works like um, it works like magic, actually. When you wake up in the morning, just sit on your bed before you do anything else. Just wake up and sit on the bed and just say 5 positive things about yourself. Or just get up, look into the mirror, look into your eyes, and say 5 beautiful things about yourself. Like, I'm beautiful, I'm confident, I'm the perfect age, the perfect size, the perfect woman, or the perfect man. You can write it down, or you can just say it loud to yourself, or you can just say it in your mind. And you'll feel that when you start your day on a positive note, the whole day is so positive and you feel happy and you just feel so beautiful about yourself. So practice affirmations, and that'll take away a lot of your stress. So now we know that nutrition and lifestyle are the two things that we need to take care of. And now I would like to um, pass it on to Vandana, whose story is so inspirational. She will share with us how she adapted to this lifestyle and how she took in all these guidelines into her life. She followed them. What were the steps that she took so that she was able to reverse a hypothyroidism for which doctors can't give us a permanent solution, but she found it for herself. And despite suffering for so many years, she was able to reverse it, and now she's so full of health and so full of life. So thank you so much, everybody, for listening to me.
Thank you, Shalu. Thank you so much for explaining us so beautifully the symptoms and the causes of hypothyroidism. And as Dr. Nandita always says, that we should look at the cause, why we got this disease. Not only like we are curing the managing the symptoms, but we should look uh, at the cause also. So now I would like to share my story. So I will just start my screen share. And today I am really very happy that I am sharing my experience with everyone, that how I got free from hypothyroidism. Today's topic is how I cured my hypothyroidism. And like when I got this disease, so that time only I thought like everybody is thinking that why I got this disease, because when I was pregnant, that time like in the year 2000, uh, when I developed this hypothyroidism, and doctor told me to take medicines, but I was pregnant, so I was really worried that I should take the medicines or not. And really I didn't like to take medicine, but I don't have any other option, but I didn't took the medicine when I was pregnant. So in the meanwhile I delivered my son, and after that I don't have any family history also, like my mom and dad. Doctor said maybe you have the history of hypothyroidism. I said no doctor, we don't have, like my mom and dad, nobody have this disease. But when got delivered my baby, and after that, when I checked, doctor told me to just do all the blood test and then scan. Then they have done the biopsy from my thyroid gland. Everything they have done, and the final result is I have to be on lifelong medication. There is no other option. And then I asked doctor that should I change something in my food habits or something? Should I follow some diet so that I don't have to take this medicine? But doctor said, this is very common, no problem. Only you have to take one medicine in the morning, that's it. So, I was so worried that now I am the part of, like, I have to take lifelong medication. And whenever we, not me, like many people, when they take thyroid medicines, they keep on taking the medicine because they don't want to reverse it, or even they don't know how to reverse it, or this can be reversed, that they don't know. So I was also in the same space only. But when I got the this uh, when I got when I was started the tablets, and after that so many symptoms started, like hair fall issue, then weight gain, mood swings, like all the some small infections started, body ache, and I was always feeling very lazy. So that time I was worried that what to do, and my TSH levels were so much fluctuating that doctor has to increase my doses, like from 100 microgram I was taking every day, and then they have given me 136 mg per day. So, and like I was not used to have medicines, but then what to do, and I always forgot to take medicine. So one of my friends suggested, whatever you do first thing in the morning, there you keep your tablet bottle. So usually I used to make first thing is a tea and coffee. I was very addicted to tea and coffee. So I have kept my bottle near the tea powder or sugar jar. So there I keep my bottle. So whenever I was making tea, so I can remember before having tea, I can take my tablets. That's the way I have started, like taking my tablets every day. And then this went on like 17 years. Then I accepted that I have thyroid for lifetime and I have to take medicine every morning. And then some magic happened in my life, like a small message from Sharon I got, like in the message box. I got one message that oil free cooking class. And because I was gaining lot of weight and I have so many issues, so I was using very less oil. So I thought oil free is something different and I should try this, that why how oil free food will taste. So I just attended that class, and actually this class has changed my life, because that class is not only about the oil, it's totally different class, like whole food, plant based. By birth I was vegetarian, and I thought I was doing everything correct, like I am not harming any animals, I'm not having non-veg food like meat, egg or anything. But I was like, vegetarian people have lots of milk in the form of cheese, butter, paneer and everything. So when I attended this class, they taught us like 7 to 8 dishes without any dairy product and even oil free. So the same day I came home and I started making all the recipes. And then this is my stage one, when I attended this class. So after this class, what happened, like I was thinking that I should, when I came to know about the oil and everything, then I just started making oil free food, because like oil is a pure fat, so we should not put inside our body and chemically processed. So when we process the oil, so we the companies use lots of chemical to give the clear oil. So they use so many chemicals to clear it, and they boil on a high temperature. And whenever you boil, heat any fat, it become carcinogenic. And then it's like, just like you can develop so many disease, even cancer also. So then and even zero nutrients, because this is with zero fiber. So we should include fat with the fiber. So we can have, like we can have peanuts, roasted peanuts with the fiber, sesame seeds, coconut, mustard, so many things from which you remove the oil, you can have it with the fiber. So the same day I have removed my oil in from my house, and then I started making all the oil free junk food, like samosa or batata vada or all the food. Because I love cooking, and then I started experimenting, and even my family also love the food. And these samosas are totally oil free and whole food. Like, we don't peel like our potatoes, or even the this coating is with whole wheat, not maida. So slowly I started learning that how I can make my food in a whole food plant base. And this is our, like, all cuisines I make, even oil free sabji, everything I started making it. And then one of in workshop of Sharan, I just saw this horror of the dairy industry. So I was vegetarian. I didn't even thought that dairy is so harmful for us, to stop dairy and dairy product. So I don't want to be uh, the part of this cruelty. And after and it's not like that it's only it's harmful for animals, but it's harmful for us also. So that's why I have decided that dairy is just like liquid meat, and we should avoid that. Like dairy is only with fiber, full of protein, and there is full of fat. So that's why we have to avoid dairy and dairy product. But I was vegetarian, and I was having like cheese, butter, then paneer, milk, curd. And I want to learn that I don't want like to eat like tasteless food. So that's why I want to make nice and tasty food for me also, and as well as my family. So I started learning with Sharan that how I can make all these things. So slowly I started making all the vegan whole food things in my house. And then I started, as I was very addicted to tea. So that's why I want to make tea with whole food plant based. So now I teach also in my class, because I was very passionate about cooking. Then I started making masala chai, and it's very easy to make. You have to just make fresh masala that has the main flavor. It's not the tea leaf. Tea leaves will give you only the black color, but the taste you will get in the tea with the fresh masala. You can take some elaichi, cardamom, like cinnamon and cloves, some ginger, and your tea will be very tasty. And you can add any plant-based milk. You can use soya milk or cashew milk. These things you can use it. And sweetener. So sweetener, we should not use any processed food. So I will explain you further. So sweetener, you can use natural sweetener like date paste or something you can use in tea. And if you want khatta meetha flavor, then you can use raisins. So these things you can use it. And this is the tea which I have made in my cooking class, the tandoori chai. And this is only with whole food plant based. And the cake. So, my husband runs a bakery business, and I used to indulge on cakes and cookies. But after following whole food plant based, so like I miss my cakes and I want to eat. So, what can I do? Then I started experimenting, and then I made these cakes. This is totally whole food plant based cake, and we can eat guilt free, no dairy, no oil, and no sugar. And as I was talking about processed food, so I used to eat lots of processed food, even cakes, cookies, then packaged food like noodles or ketchup, then potato chips and chivda. So all these things I used to keep in my house. Whenever in the night also we feel hungry, we can have it. Even for the guest also, we keep everything ready, even the juices full of sugar. But we thought that this is the fruit juice, it's very healthy. But uh, then when I attended Dr. Nandita's whole day seminar, and I start reading the labels that the potato chips packet or anything. When you read the label, the ingredient list, you will not have a single chips because they are full of preservative and chemicals. So that's the way I have stopped all my processed food. And what is whole food plant based? So it's very colorful and very tasty greens and microgreens. I started including everything like millets, then colorful fruits. Dr. Nandita always say your plate should be just like rainbow colors. So I started enjoying my green smoothie. I will explain you about that. And then fruits and vegetables, then your sprouts, pulses, bean. You will not miss anything. Even this brown rice, red rice, black rice. Otherwise, we used to have only white rice, and the white rice is like you will have more. And when you will have brown rice, unpolished, unprocessed, then you will have less, and you will feel full. So that's the way I have changed. And my like whole day schedule is, so I start my day with green smoothie. So first thing in the morning, now I don't have any tablets. I start my day with the green smoothie, and very easy to make. So many recipes on Sharon website, but I'll explain you how you can make it. So I usually take 2 bananas and handful of greens. Like you can have some mint leaves, you can have spinach, kadhi patta, basil, whatever you can have. And after adding greens, add bananas and some water and blend. Just you have to blend, and nice chilled green smoothie is ready. And with that, if I want, I have some seasonal fruits. So this is my breakfast. And in lunch, I have nice big bowl of salad. Before I used to have sometimes like cucumber or carrots or tomatoes, the slice I have to use in my salad. But now we do in Sharon Salad Revolution, and so many nice salad recipes. The meal replaces salad recipe that you will not make your dal chawal roti sabji, you will have only salad. So tasty and yummy recipes. So first I'll start my lunch with salad, and after that I have only one grain, either brown rice or any millet chapati with oil free vegetable and dal. So anything you can choose. And this is my lunch. And I the millet chapati or brown rice. And evening, so evening I have chaat. So like if you have some fruits, you can just mix, chop and mix, and you can make your fruit chaat. Or even you can make your sweet potato chaat or potato chaat. You can have some chickpeas, boiled chickpeas. I use some vegan curd, peanut curd. How to make that also you can check on website. And you can have some roasted peanuts and date and tamarind chutney, green chutney. Make your food very tasty, and without a single drop of oil or dairy. And then I eat my uh, chaat or fruit chaat in the evening time. And if you don't want to make this, you can just have one fruit. If you are feeling hungry, you can have one fruit, but don't mix your fruits and your food. And in dinner time, I have my soup or salad, but you can have both. Soup and salad you can have together, but I used to have only one thing. If I am having salad in my lunch, then in dinner I have only soup. So this way I complete my day. And don't mix your fruits and vegetables together. That's why I have my fruit in the evening time or only in the morning time, but not with the food, cooked food. So after following all this, my acidity totally disappeared, and body cramps, pain, like everything cured, and I started losing weight. Though I was not doing very much like exercise, but I started losing weight and feeling more energetic, and most importantly, my thyroid function started improving. So doctor reduced my medicine doses, and after reducing the medicine, I feel so good. Like now something is happening in my body, that this lifestyle is supporting me, and if I'll follow properly, then maybe I can reverse my hypothyroid, because no doctor told me that you can reverse it. So my family, and when they saw change in me, then they started following with me, because they saw that I am more energetic, and I am not like, I am feeling very calm. I am not irritating. Like every time I used to shout on my kids, but after that I was so like calm. Okay, it's okay. It's like whatever they do, I just don't shout on them. But they everybody noticed change in me, so they said, "Mummy, we will also do it." So whatever I cook, I usually serve them, and now they love vegan cheese. And almost like twice or thrice in my day, I used to make pizza, because kids love pizza. So I always make every time cashew cheese in my fridge, and I make pizza for them. So now my house is totally whole food, plant based. I don't cook any thing which contains dairy or oil. And this is my before and after pic. And even my husband, you can see the change. So it will not help you, it will improve, or like as well as your family also, if you follow. And my elder son and my younger son, so like, because we follow everything, and they also follow with me, because I know that dairy product and oil is not good for me, then how it is good for them. So that's why I told them to see the video, and then they stopped dairy product. And my younger son is an athlete, and he has won the international throwball championship in Malaysia and Sri Lanka, and he play for national level boxing. So I'm very proud of him. And then he follow, and he managed to travel with whole food plant based. I make some product and give it to him, then he can travel with that. The stage 2. So stage 2 is like when I stopped gluten in my food. So then I start having millet chapati. I completely stopped having whole wheat and gluten, and I started intermittent fasting, because sometimes you come to that plateau that nothing works. So that time I took consultation from Sharon nutritionist, and then started intermittent fasting. So slowly you can include all this. Like first I started with 12 hours. Like I used to have my dinner by 8 o'clock, and till morning 8 o'clock I like it's 12 hours fasting. So after that I used to increase 1 or 2 hours. Like that I started fasting for 16 hours, and slowly gradually you can increase it. So that time my hypothyroid function started improving, and medicines got reduced. And stage 3. So stage 3 is we have to remove external chemicals, because I was buying organic fruits and vegetables, but we have to remove chemicals from our house. The your toothpaste, or your soap, and your floor cleaning, and your cloth or utensils, whatever you're cleaning, you have to make the herbal things, and then you can remove the chemical. Because whenever we want, we always spray the air freshener in our house, so that is not good. So I made some you get herbal tooth powder, and for floor cleaning you can use vinegar, salt, tea tree oil, or you can add any essential oil. So your house will smell so good, and even you can add some soap nut powder, so then it floor will be nicely cleaned. And even soap nut liquid, you can use it for washing your vessels also. And for body wash, you can use besan, chandan powder, and rose water upton. Even you can make some mustard paste. So how you can make your mustard paste? Take like 250 grams of mustard, add 2 teaspoon of water, mix it with your hands, and keep it for half an hour. And after that, you can roast it, and then make a paste with little bit of water. Keep it in the fridge for 10 days, and whenever you want, remove 2 tablespoons, apply all over your body, and have a shower. So your skin will be so moist and so soft that you don't need any body lotion after that. So this way I changed all the chemicals, and then it took almost 1.5 year. So this magic, instantly it will not happen. You have to be following this, and then no more medicines. Since 4.5 year, I have not taken any medicines, and I really love cooking. And then this way I started making all the cuisines, and with the whole food plant-based lifestyle. And so now I am totally free from medicines and my suffering, and I am free from my hypothyroidism. So we are with you. Sharon is with us. So thank you so much for listening to me.